So WWE WrestleMania 41 is in Las Vegas next year, and the tickets are out. They did a couple of pre-sales. I think they go on sale to the general public Friday. Um, I got to tell you guys, I live for the days when they would set ticket prices and ticket prices would be set and stay at those prices. Now, obviously, you get resellers now and all that. Um, but I'm gonna read you something here, and this is from um, NoDQ.com. I'm getting this from. I can hear the groans. NoDQ. Hey, I actually used to be on that website or an affiliate of that website way back in the day. Shout out to Macaball. Shout out to Lee Tires. Shout out to the Phil. If you know, you know. Anyway, um, this is from NoDQ.com. Is the headline. WrestleMania 41's cheapest nosebleed seats going for $1,600. $1,600 due to Ticketmaster's dynamic pricing. It says WrestleMania 41 take place Saturday, April 19th and Sunday, April 20th. Pre-sales were available this week using the code MANIA, and the general public sale begins on Friday. With thousands of fans buying tickets, Ticketmaster's quote-unquote dynamic pricing has led to prices skyrocketing for the event. Ticketmaster's dynamic pricing is a ticket pricing strategy where the price of tickets fluctuates in real time based on market demand. Instead of having fixed prices, the cost of a ticket can increase or decrease depending on various factors such as demand for the tickets and supply availability. As of this writing, this was written today, October 24th, the cheapest nosebleed seats for WrestleMania are going for $1,600. Fans have voiced their frustration on Twitter/X. Here are a few of the comments, and I'm going to read these to you. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, fuck WWE and Ticketmaster. How the fuck did the same exact WrestleMania ticket go from $950 to $1,900? You greedy bastards. This guy says, if you were mad about ticket prices this morning, just know they've gone up 75% in the last few hours since pre-sale began. These were $1,700. What a surge in pricing. This guy, over 4,600 US dollars after fees for 2 tickets in the stadium nosebleeds. No wonder you keep bragging about the gate revenue records at Triple H. Keep gouging your fans at WWE. Hashtag WrestleMania 41. Hashtag WrestleMania. Hashtag WrestleMania tickets. What are we doing? What you can send a clear message to WWE and to Ticketmaster for that matter, because I don't know whether this is Ticketmaster's doing or whether it's WWE's doing, or whether it's both. Now, there are video documentaries out there on YouTube that will tell you that Ticketmaster and Live Nation, uh, for those that don't know, Ticketmaster and Live Nation are the same company. Live Nation tends to handle music, Ticketmaster tends to handle entertainment. There are a lot of venues that out there that will not let you run their building unless you use Ticketmaster for the ticketing source. Ticketmaster actually does own several venues around the United States where they kind of hold a monopoly on this. And earlier this year, the government came out. There's a big press conference. Just look up Ticketmaster press conference. The government is trying to crack down on this, and I fully support a government crackdown on this. Um, the guy who sang Rich Man North of Richmond, although I can't stand the song, he did a show right after that song came out, about a month after he started really gaining popularity. at a venue called Cotton Eye Joe. If you ever driven I-40 through Knoxville, Tennessee, through the western side of Knoxville, Tennessee, you've seen the sign for this building. It's a good old fashioned redneck honky tonk, as they say. And they were charging $100 a ticket to come in. Finally, the artist canceled the guy canceled the thing and put a thing out there: don't buy Cotton Eye Joe tickets, because he wants to control the prices of his concert. Now, I definitely applaud him for that. But the federal government needs to step in. This dynamic pricing, I can tell you firsthand that I went to Bad Blood, and the seats, I ended up waiting until about 3 weeks, 4 weeks before the event before I finally went and bought tickets. And I was sitting behind the stage, limited view seating. Okay? I paid $200 after fees for the seats to sit behind the stage. Those should be $100 tickets at most. Okay? They already are building sets that are less than what they used to be because they want fans to sit there. Well, if you want fans to sit there and you want to pack in an arena, make it affordable. WrestleMania, I can understand. The seats down below, you're going to have to pay to sit on the floor. Ringside seats of that thing are, I guarantee, okay, charge $5,000 for those. But nosebleeds going for $1,600 is absolutely ridiculous. And I I don't know if WWE can go to Ticketmaster and go, hey, can we turn this dynamic crap off? And another thing, guys, we we the people have a way that we can control this. And we can send a message to Ticketmaster and we can send a message to WWE by simply not buying the tickets. Stop going to shows. I won't be going to another WWE show for a long time if this keeps up. I can't stand it. And the fees and the ticketing, you got to pay a processing fee and a ticketing fee and taxes. And then the parking, that's another thing that killed me. I wanted to park in a parking deck that was literally across the street from the arena, and I had to pay $51 to park there. The day of the event, they were charging fans $60 to park there. Again, I know the New Yorkers. Oh, go to a show at MSG, Joe White. You stupid Mark Joe White. MSG charge you $200 to park. And I get it. This is the Super Bowl of pro wrestling. But I got to tell you, it's not going to be limited to this. Wait till Royal Rumble tickets come out and they go to Lucas Oil Stadium in February. It's going to be the same thing. Look at when they do, when they do these shows over in the UK, I can tell you firsthand, okay, fine. You need to charge a little bit more. I'm sorry to my people overseas, but you need to charge more for a show in Japan or a show in Australia or a show in England. Why do you need to charge more over there? Because you're taking your product, which is based here in the U.S., and you're transporting it overseas. Now, granted, they probably have a warehouse over there that they store rings in because they had the NXT UK, so they have the rings over there. But you're talking about sets. If they need to do a Hell in a Cell match, you got to build it and transport it, or you got to find somebody locally to build it. Stuff ain't cheap. Then, not only that, you got to fly your production crew over there. You got to fly your talent over there. They're not paying for their own plane tickets and hotels on overseas tours. That's another thing. You got to pay for hotels. If you're doing a tour of England, going from Wales to Nottingham to Yorkshire to whatever, sure, to, London, They usually put them on a bus and cart them around. Those buses cost money. It's a lot different than here in the US when the wrestlers are responsible for their rental cars, the wrestlers are responsible for their tour buses, the wrestlers are responsible for their hotel rooms. But even for WrestleMania, $1,600 to sit in the top of the Allegiant Stadium, the Death Star as they call it, that's a bit much. That's a bit ridiculous. And this crap of fluctuating prices. I can tell you right now, I looked at prices for Bad Blood to sit up in the nosebleed sections higher than what I ended up sitting, and it would have cost me more than to sit behind the stage. It's flat out ridiculous what these people are doing. And yeah, WWE, you can sit there. You know what happened to the prices where let me look up something real quick. Hold on, guys. All right, this is from Jim Cornette, who was on the booking committee. He did a deal with kayfabe commentaries where he did 1997 a timeline. According to Cornette, Royal Rumble 1997 had 47. And now, granted, this is in the Alamo Dome. Didn't they just do a Royal Rumble in the Alamo Dome a few years ago, a couple years ago? And I granted these are 1997 prices. This is like 27, 17, it was 97, 7, let's see, 07, 17. So 12 years ago, or 22 years ago, sorry. God, my math today. I'm tired. I drove for 10 hours today. Um, so 97, 47,514 paid, 12,511 comped. It's for a gate of $480,013. Ticket prices 175.14 8 or one excuse me 175 18 14 and 10. Now they papered the hell out of the building. They had Taco Bell and Pepsi cans and all these kind of things, basically giving tickets away. So I will tell you right now, I again WrestleMania, I get it. You're paying for the experience to say that you were there, but $1,600 for nosebleed seats is ridiculous. Again, I'll say it again. Um, at most, you should be paying around 400 or 500 to sit up there. It's just this is ridiculous. But what's wrong with having fixed ticket prices and packing them in there? Granted, you're probably not going to make as much money, but out of that, the fees are what get you too. But what's wrong with having set ticket prices? And then maybe you can adjust it when it gets closer to time. Why can't you say, okay, you're going to pay $5,000 to sit at ringside? First three rows are $5,000 seats. The rest of the floor, you're looking at about 2,500 to sit there. Then you go to the lower bowl, the entire lower bowl. We're going to put those probably at around $800, and then go lower as you go up. I don't get these fluctuating shit. Nobody can. I could have gone to WrestleMania this year. I absolutely could have gone. I'm not going if I have to pay $1,600 a ticket to sit in the nosebleeds. And then Allegiant Stadium is going to charge you to park on top of that. And because it's WrestleMania, they're probably going to charge you a hell of a lot more than they probably would normally. I mean, let me look that up here. Let me see here. Let me see. I'll do this live on the phone or on the phone. Allegiant parking prices. Go back. Parking at Allegiant Las Vegas vary by lot and event, but typically range from $50 to $150. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. That's where these guys make their money. Greensboro Coliseum, it was $20 for me to park my car there. Go to a hockey game, you're going to pay 10 to $15 to park. You go to now here's what's crazy. You go to an event in Charlotte, you can pay $20 for a parking pass online. But the day of, the parking deck that sits right there, $16. So it does fluctuate from area to area, city to city. I'm sorry, places like that have their own parking lot. Let's say the Wells Fargo Arena or Stadium, whatever it is, up there. The Phillies, where the Phillies play. Philadelphia's got it down pat. Their football, baseball, and hockey/basketball arena are all in one compound and have their own big ass parking lots. When you have a big old parking lot like that, $10. That's all. You figure in $10 a car, you're going to be parking at least what? At least 1,000 cars, 1,000 to 5,000 cars there. Come on, this is getting ridiculous. And this rant on these WrestleMania ticket prices is getting ridiculous. This just needs to stop. The federal government needs to step in on this and crack down not only on Ticketmaster, not only on Live Nation, but they need to crack down on the arenas and tell them, hey, I'm all for people trying to make money, but there is such a thing as price gouging, and that's what this is. Now, as far as the federal government stepping in and telling people this is how much you should be charging for a gallon of milk in this area, I don't agree with. That's unfair to the farmers, that's unfair to the grocers, and that's unfair to consumers where milk may be higher in this section of the state but lower in this section. That's wrong. But we're talking about a general form of entertainment. Or not a form of entertainment, a general umbrella of entertainment, if you will. There's no reason why. And these artists are just as much to blame. The Taylor Swift tickets, sooner rather than later, Taylor Swift may need to step in and go, do we got to charge them this much? If I was running a wrestling event, front row first 3 rows $10, everything on the floor after that you're going to pay 20, everything up in the bleachers, or excuse me, let me rephrase that. First 3 rows, $15. Everything else on the floor, 10. You want to set up in the bleachers, $5. There's no reason why WWE can't go back to fixed pricing. All because they want to say that we drew the biggest gate. Triple H could sit there in a press conference. We drew 97,000, and they paid over 8 million. You know, come on, come on. And AEW isn't AEW. Oh my God, AEW is just as bad. They price gouge every show. So, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Should the government step in and regulate these ticket prices? Should WWE step in and be like, look, guys, and that's another thing. They're going to make money off the merch. They're going to set up a big old superstore just like they did down in Atlanta, just like they do for every pay per view now. I should know. I spent $40 a piece. I spent $80, $85, I think it was, after taxes and everything, at that Bad Blood Superstore. God, I gotta stop driving 10-hour days for 2 T-shirts. Anyway, folks, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if I've entertained you in the slightest, even with my flubs and tomfoolery and redneckness. Is that a word? Redneckiness? I don't know. I did reach partner program, so I could do super chats and stuff like that, but I don't go live yet. I don't get ad revenue yet. Don't know if I ever will. I would like to thank you guys for liking and subscribing my videos, commenting on them. Even if it's a bad comment telling me, "Oh, you're a fat piece of crap. You stupid." Oh well. You still took the time to comment, so thank you. And we'll see you down the road.